What's up, y'all? It's your girl Red back at it again with another video. I don't know what day I'm posting this on, but happy whatever day it is that this is being posted. I've been working with a few clients the past couple weeks, and they have both asked me, if I could teach them how to make mock-ups, etc. And I told them that how I like to make mock-ups, I do use Photoshop, but I know everybody does not pay for Photoshop monthly. And I do remember I did make a video a couple years ago on how you can make a simple mock-up inside of Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-upload that video right behind this, like that's this video right here. I'm going to re-upload that video so you guys can see how I made them back then. I'll make an updated Canva version video, and then I'll make another video of how I do it in Photoshop. Cool. So if you are looking to know how to make simple mock-ups inside of Canva, go ahead and keep watching. If y'all have any questions, leave them below, whatever type of comment, and I'll try my best to answer them in the new version of the Canva video, and then I will show you guys how I do it in Photoshop. So enjoy the video. And let me be clear, y'all. These videos I uploaded 3.5 years ago. So this is when I was doing buy red wholesale, private label, all of those things. So if I mention anything about wholesaling, private labeling, that is not relevant. I'm just trying to show y'all how to make the mock-ups. I want to make that very, very clear. I made these videos 3.5 years ago, and I'm uploading these videos today to just show you how I did it back then. I'll give you an updated version, and then I'll give you the Photoshop version. Anything I say about wholesale, private label, anything, it is not relevant, okay? It is not relevant. Okay, now let's go to the video.
It's your girl Red back at it again with another video, and I'm finally getting back into like my business content bag. So we gonna start off with a banger today. Today I'm showing you guys how I actually made my own mock-ups for the free with a little finesse, and I'm showing you guys how to do the same thing. So before I actually show you guys how to do it, I'm going to show you guys what I've made so far. So this is my wholesale website, and I made a lot of different jugs and containers and jars. And I want you guys to just see the detail in the things that I did. So just scrolling down, I made all 3 of these different jugs. Of course, once I made one, I just had to copy and paste the other one. And this is basically what my labels look like on my wholesale jug. So I basically just copy and pasted what my jug would actually look like once you receive it. And I did the same thing for every single one of my items, except for obviously like the soap bars. But let me actually show you guys the entire website. So again, you can see the jugs right here, and you can see that I did the color of the product of what color it actually is going to be. So if you was to purchase this chamomile eucalyptus toner, it's actually going to look like that color, right? Same thing with my charcoal face mask right here. If you actually purchase this charcoal face mask, it's gonna look something like that. And I thought that was really great just for me. It's like I'm visually seeing something, knowing that that's what color is gonna be. I almost made all of these jugs red and did something like that, but I was like, it's gonna just be so repetitive on the website. No one's not gonna know the difference or understand it. So I'm glad that I did the different colors and things like that. It just made it stand out a lot more. And the way I did my face mask jugs is I showed all the different sizes, just like with the gallon and half-gallon sizes. I did a quote-unquote 2-gallon, 1-gallon, and then that little jar right there is gonna represent the quart, even though it doesn't look like that. But again, it's the same color as the product. Going up here to the mint face mask, same color as the product. Oil cleanser, same color. Lavender coconut toner, peppermint tea tree wash, right? Again, I wanted to make sure that all of my colors was going to be the same as my my products, right? Now that's just something I did. You guys can do whatever you want to do based on your products, based on your brand. I'm just showing you guys what I did. All right. So I went to Instagram and I made a post asking people what they actually wanted to see me make based on the products that they sold. So the top products that I got was candles, and they do have candles on the website. I'm going to show you guys. A lot of people are selling yoni products, skincare, other cosmetics. So we're going to show 2 different jars. So a regular jar and a a gel type of jar. And then we're going to show 2 different type of bottles as well. And then a lot of people are selling lipstick and lip glosses and different lip liner pencils. So we're also going to show those options as well. All right. So you need to have 2 websites open when you're getting ready to do this, right? Now, the first website you're going to need open is obviously Canva.com. If you do not know what Canva.com, baby girl, I don't know where you've been living at. Must have been living up under a rock, because Canva.com is basically the Target version. Because I would say it's the Walmart version of Photoshop, but I'm gonna give it Target, right? So you're gonna create a new document. Right now, we're just gonna create an Instagram post, just a regular square post. All right. Second thing you need to do, you need to go to the website smartymockups.com. Now, don't tell nobody I did this, but tell people I did this. All right. When I tell you this website has every single mock-up you can think of, like every single bottle, jar, whatever. Even if you're selling beer, they have it for you. They have so many different bottle options here for you. So we're going to choose 2 bottle options of what we're going to use today. They have a lot of different jars that you have, right? So let's click on the cosmetic and beauty just to see what they have. They have we can literally purchase these jars from our vendors, from a lot of different places, okay? So they have the jars. Then also, like I said, someone mentioned candles. Let's look at candles really quickly. Boom, you got different candles, all right? Depending on what you are creating and things like that, okay? Then you also have the lip liner pencils. So many different options that you have here. Now, of course, we're not going to have the option to do a lot of the things that's popping up on the screen, but as you see it here, you'll be able to do it here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with a candle. Now, when you guys are looking for these mock-ups, I have to be very honest and transparent with you. The way we're gonna do this, the finessing way of doing this, you have to choose a product photo that is straight on, head on. So what I mean by that, like you see this candle right here, it's straight on, it's not tilted like this one next to it. And the reason why I say that is because the way we're gonna be edited in Canva. All right. Now, this is not necessarily a bad example of what I'm referring to. It's actually a pretty good example. But if we was to scroll down and view like this type of candle, or maybe even this one, the way that we're going to be editing, it's not going to look right. And you're actually going to need to purchase these mock-ups and go to Photoshop to actually edit them to have them look that type of way. All right. So when you're looking at your products, make sure, again, you are getting something that is head on, that we can edit right then and there. Put something on the front if we're going to have a label, change the coloring. The things we're going to do is going to be a lot more simple. Okay, so I'm going to choose, which ones are we going to choose today? Let's go ahead and see if we're able to do this one and this one. I'm going to try to do both of them. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on your mock-up, and we're going to do this for all of them. So if I skip this part and the future mock-ups, just know that this is what we did first. So you click on the mock-up, see if this is what you want to use. Click on details, and now you see the mock-up, right? It's going to tell you all the information you need to do if you're purchasing this, but that's not what we're doing. So what you're going to do, you're going to take a screenshot of this on your computer. So whether you have a Windows computer or if you have a Mac, go ahead and take your screenshot. So now in your screenshot, and you can either do this before or after, but I like to do it before. Excuse my face down there. We're going to go ahead and crop it right now. So go ahead and crop your photo to the dimensions that you need it to. What I like to do, I just like to go ahead and crop it exactly to where I need it. Don't worry about the shadow that's going to be at the bottom of your products because it's going to get deleted anyway. We're going to have to add our own. Okay, so now let's go back to Canva to our document. We're going to name this Mockups for YouTube. Now, what you would do, you would upload your new screenshot. And as you can see, I have some over here to the left that I was using for my wholesale page. Now that you have your picture uploaded, you're going to insert your picture into Canva. So it's basically just clicking on it, right? So now we have a really nice candle for our mock-up. So the first thing I like to do, of course, depending on what your brand colors are, that's what you're going to use. So I know that one of my students, Diamond, is watching this, and she is one of my main students that have candles. So I'm going to go ahead and use her brand colors. Now, I do not know the exact shade of purple that she uses, but we're just going to use this color purple, okay? Just for the example purposes. So Diamond, I hope you're watching this. So when you guys have your product, again, we're going to do this for each and every product. I'm just going to make it big so we can see as much as we can, okay? Now, as you can see, the background on all of the photos is not actually white. So we're going to click on that photo, click on edit image, and we're going to remove the background, okay? So let's remove the background. And it's turning. Now the background is completely removed, and the reason why I said don't worry about that shadow at the bottom, because it's completely gone. Because once we remove the background, it's going to be removed with it. Okay, so this is the color. So let's say her candle is still technically white, but she wants to add a purple label on it or something, right? I don't know for sure, but let's just do that. So let's go to elements. Let's say she has a circle label. This is just an example. I don't know for sure, but this is what your candle is going to look like when you sell it to your customers. Now make sure everything is centered. Now I may say centered to the product or centered to the page, but since we went ahead and cropped this ourselves, it may not be as centered as it looks. So make sure that when you're looking at your product, that your label or whatever you're putting on there is the way you actually want it to be. All right. So let's make this purple. I don't like that shade of purple, but that's what we're going to do. And no, let's make it white because I think her labels are white. So let's make a white label, and let's actually put some text on here. So let's put candle mock-up. Okay, so now that we have our simple label on here, right? Now, again, if you already have a Canva document that has your labels already on here, all you have to do is just save that entire photo and then just paste it onto your product, candle, jar, whatever here, and then it will look exactly how you created your labels. Now, this is super simple. You're like, okay, but as you can see, everything still looks super like low-key, black and white, right? So what if you want to change, what if you want to change the color of your candle? So what I would do, this is what I would do. So what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this photo because I want to show you guys. Now this is where I get into my graphic designing mood, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and delete this label that we created because that's something very simple, right? Now this one, I like to scoot it over just a little bit, and I want to change the color. But if I change the color of this entire candle, it's going to change the color of the entire image. Now, as you can see, the glass and everything has now changed to this cherry color, and that's not exactly what I want. So we're going to go ahead and cancel this edit, and I need to actually crop my image to where I'm able to see exactly what I want to change, and then I'm going to group all those images together. Now, if you're like, Red, you said that a little fast, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you. So let's go ahead and copy this image, paste it again. Let's move it over here. Now, if you want to, we can make these a little bit smaller so we can see. So I'm going to do that. So now we have two candles. Now, depending on how many sections of whatever product you're using is going to depend on how many times you're going to crop it. Okay, so in this section, how I would like to do it, this bottom glass part is section 1. This candle part is section 2. This wick is going to be very advanced, but this can be another section. And then this top glass part can be another one. Okay, so I'm going to copy this 4 times. Well, 2 more times. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to line all of them up to where they are perfectly lined up together. So now let me zoom in just a tad. Now we're going to do our sections and make sure that all of the photos are exactly the same size. So I'm not going to change the dimensions of anything. I'm just going to go ahead and start cropping. Okay, so I'm going to move this down to right before the color starts. Okay, that's going to be my color, and I'm going to move this up just a tad. Now this one's a little bit difficult because it is like a slight, remember I told you it's a lot better to do the ones head on, and I'm going to show you how easier it is to do the one head on next, but it's going to be slightly difficult, but we're going to see if we can make it work. Okay, so this is now our first section. Now the second section, well, technically the first section is the bottom, so we're going to move this right over. As you can see, it fits perfectly right here. Okay, and now we're going to do the next section, which again is the top. And it should match up directly here. All right, and then now I'm going to do a complicated wick. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to crop the wick specifically. You're going to see why I decided to do this. All right, it is perfectly on top of the other wick. Now what we are going to do, we are going to group this entire candle now, right? Group this entire candle. No, I lied. We're not going to group the candle. We're going to change the colors first. Now, let's change this color to, I don't know what color candles are nowadays, but let's do, since purple was the color. I forgot one thing. 1 second. Let's go back. It's canceled. We actually need to make this into 3 additional separate pieces. So let's move this over here. Let's copy this. Now again, you're probably like, Red, this is a lot of work. Yes it is. Yes it is. But it was free. Because even though the mockups are $6 on Smarty Mockup, how much is Photoshop if you don't already have it? It can run you up to $90, maybe even over $100 if you don't already have it. So I'm just giving you guys just a cheaper option if you don't want to invest into that platform. That's all I'm doing. So I'm going to do the same thing like I did before. Go ahead and create my different sections. All right, you guys. So now that the candle is all separate, now let's change this color to what we want it to change it to. All right. Now, again, this one is a lot more difficult than the one straight on that we're going to do, but I just want to show you guys different options. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that purple color. So this is the color of the candle. Now, if you don't want it to be this color or whatever color, you can click on these 3 controls right here and change the highlighted color and the shadow color, right? So of course, depending on what color you want things to be, that's what you can change it to. Definitely drag and drop this around everywhere. Of course, this is not my product, so I'm just showing you guys an example. Let's just say it's like a light lavender or something, right? Cool, we got that like that. Now you're probably like, girl, that does not look good. Right here, what you can do, and this is just going to give you a little bit more to do, is, you know what? No, I actually don't. I don't like this option. So I'm not even going to show you guys how to possibly fully do this. Now you can finish, go ahead and doing this, right? If you still want this option, you can do it. I'm still going to show you. But this is why I don't like doing the ones that have a slight tilt down, because it's harder to do these things right here. But let me just show you guys just anyway. Now let me position this wick all the way to the front, right? Position this wick to the front. I want to make this color a little bit more whiter. Sorry. A little bit more white so we can see it a little bit. And you can also change the glass if you want to, just a little bit. It's up to you. You can also make that this color. Do the sides so it doesn't look as like pale black and white. And then boom. So like from a distance, it looks pretty nice and well, but compared to one at the top, it's not as nice as it could be. So let's just say if we was to copy this entire label to the one down here. Group everything. Still does not look terrible, right? Still looks pretty nice, pretty okay, especially since we changed the color of the glass. But I know it can look a lot cleaner than this, but this could be the first example. All right. Okay, so the second one is we're going to go back, do the one that was head on. All right, so we're going to try this one right here. I'm going to show you guys how much easier it is to do one that's straight on, head on. All right, now that we have our new candle uploaded into Canva, as you can see, it's straight on, head on. It'll be easier to put a label on here, easier to color, and I'm going to show you how. So again, we're going to remove the background. And we're going to try to use the same shade of purple that we kind of did up here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and copy this and copy it another time. Now, if the background somehow comes back, just go ahead and remove the background on everything. It's no big deal. It's fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make our section. So the first section is going to be this top part. Try to get as much of the top on there as possible. Second part is going to be this middle part right here. And then the third part is going to be the actual candle. So now we're going to move this over on top. On top. All right. Now we can move this back to the middle. Now let's change our candle color. Go to edit image. We're going to scroll down to duotone, photogenic, or however you want to color it. Let's go ahead and click this purple color again. I don't like the shade of how we're doing that, so we're just going to change the shade of purple of how it is. Yes, I like that a little bit better. Or instead of making the candle actually purple, the candle color, I'm going to go ahead and restore this and remove the background again to go to the original color. I'm going to make the top. I'm going to make the top her color. There we go. And then I'm going to make the candle color more of like a cream color. Let's see if they have like some type of cream, because like candles be like creamy-ish looking. Because I don't want it to be just white. I want it to look like a candle. So I'm going to start off with this as my base. Candles be kind of like that color, right? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, that's about right, right? Okay, great. So now let's create the label. So let's just say she had square labels, or maybe even this shape of labels, right? So let's go ahead and make an entire square here. And then let's make this white, because like I said, I think her labels are white. And then let's put some text. Boom. Now we have a whole candle that is the shade that you want. It has your custom color as the top, and you have your actual label. Now again, whatever your labels look like, that's what you would put here. So let's move this to the side. Let me show you guys what it looks like in my brand color, right? So I'm going to copy this and just move it right next to it. So let's just have them right here. So I'm going to restore this, go back, remove the color, and I'm going to make the top my red color, which you should already have your brand colors inside of your brand kit. Okay, so I didn't know what colors to do because I don't sell candles, but if I was to sell them, maybe it'll look something similar like this, depending on what it is. Again, whatever your label already looks like, whatever it's already designed as, just go ahead and put it right here. But this is the first video of this mock-up series. I didn't realize I was going to do a series until I was doing this video, but I don't want this video to be super like extra long, like a few hours, just to show you guys. So the candles are the first part inside of this candle series. Again, you guys saw firsthand of why I don't want to choose any mock-ups that's not head on, because these curves right here is going to get us in trouble, and I don't want you guys trying to do that and then start looking like this and it's giving very much ghetto. You got it all down here. Just go ahead and get some samples that are straight on, head on. It's easier to do. You can play with the colors more. As you can see, I didn't make this an actual candle color. If you have other colors that you can do that as well. I just think this is so much better than trying to pay a graphic designer or someone to do something when you can possibly do it yourself by just doing a few crops, grouping everything together. Now, once all of these are grouped, you can just literally copy the whole thing, go to somewhere else. Sorry, you guys. Go somewhere else, copy the whole thing, put it somewhere else. Let's say if this is small and you want to copy this to give like a bundle looking type of deal, you can do that. It's like candle bundle for sale, and you got all three of your candles right here. Like, how professional does that look, right? I think it looks great, and you made it. Now you're probably asking, okay, well, where do we get the little drop shadow from? So this is how I do it. I'm gonna show you guys how I actually do it. So go up here to templates and type in iPhone. We're going to type in iPhone. You're probably like, girl, why are we typing in iPhone? Let's see if we can find the drop shadow that I'm looking for. It may not actually be on the ones for the post. So let's click on an Instagram story one and let's type in iPhone again. And you should see a lot of different iPhone templates. There's a specific template where I get that shadow drop from. Boom, this is the template right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're literally just gonna take this drop shadow, we're gonna copy that, and make sure that you have this saved in your recents, or you just know, come back and reference this video. You're gonna go back to your mockup, you're gonna click paste, and then you're gonna paste it under whatever products that you have. So say you wanna do this for all three, right? You can do that. Boom, right? And then what you can do, you can make sure you move all of these to the back so they're not in front of your actual product, if that's what you want to do, right? or you can put them wherever you want to put them so it looks however you want it to look. But look how good that looks. Yes, it took us about 30 minutes, but it also was free. So again, thank you guys so much. The next products that are going to be in the series are going to be the jars, the bottles, and like I said, the lip liner pencils. If you guys have any recommendations on what other mock-ups to do, which once I show you guys how to do these, it should be pretty simple, but I think you guys are going to like this. So let me know again if you guys have any additional questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad we got to be able to go see the ups and downs and the ghetto-ness of how trying to do this with end up looking like this, and then now actually this. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, because if you made it this far, you obviously have enjoyed this video. Go ahead and click the thumbs up button so more people can see this. And again, leave a comment on what do you think about these candles, about other products that you guys may want to use, and anything else. Thank you guys so much. As always, I love you, but God loves you more, and I'll see y'all in the next mock-up. Bye.